Texans fans, we need your help. We're trying to get to 2,400 subscribers by the NFL draft. Need about 300 more. And if we get there by April 27th, we will not go sub-only mode. Everyone will still have access to our videos. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, trying to get to 2,400 by the NFL draft. H-Town, you're watching Texans Today by Chat Sports. I am Will Scott, breaking down the latest Houston Texans news and rumors. And we're 2 weeks from the draft, so there's a lot of draft rumors that we're hearing and some draft news as well. This coming from Ian Rappaport earlier today. Bama quarterback Bryce Young is on his top 30 visit with the Texans today, source said. One day after doing the same with the Panthers. Along with C.J. Stroud, Young is a potential top overall selection. So Bryce Young is in the 713 today for his visit. The Texans are hosting the Alabama QB on a top 30 visit today, and it is believed that the Texans have Bryce Young number one on their draft board, and rightfully so. Had a phenomenal career at Alabama, 27 starts over 2 seasons. Won the Heisman in 2021. Won a lot of games as well. 80 touchdowns, 12 picks, over 8,300 passing yards, and a 65.8% completion percentage. He remains the dream pick. I think for most Texans fans at least, Bryce Young, I think, is the dream pick, has been the dream pick really since the start of this past season. We kind of knew Davis Mills was not going to be the franchise guy, and that the Texans would probably have a top pick in the draft. And ever since, man, we've been thinking a lot about Bryce Young and him in a Texans uniform. This Photoshop was actually done before DeMeco Ryans was hired. So check, got DeMeco, which was the dream coaching hire. And the next check there would be Bryce Young as the dream draft selection at number 2 overall. But there's a lot of buzz that the Panthers might take him number 1 overall. I hope not, but things are trending maybe in that direction. Who will the Texans pick at number 2? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when an ad break comes, take advantage. Who are the Texans going to pick at number 2? There's been some noise lately that, maybe the Texans are not going to draft a quarterback at number 2. Adam Schefter said that he was not convinced. I'm not buying the Texans are not drafting a quarterback at number 2 noise. I'm just not buying it. It would not make any sense if the Texans, in fact, do not draft a quarterback. Casserio and everyone in that front office should lose their job. It's just not something that's going to happen. The Texans are going to take a quarterback at number 2. If it's not Bryce Young, it's going to be C.J. Stroud. If it's not C.J. Stroud, it's going to be Bryce Young. I can just about promise you that the Texans are not going to whiff on this. They are going to take a quarterback at number 2 overall. The noise we're hearing, it's all smoke, and you see a lot of smoke before the NFL draft. You hear a lot of BS before the NFL draft. The Texans are going to take a quarterback because they have to. Do you want the Texans to draft a quarterback? I think you can clearly tell that I do. Like the video below. Hit the thumbs up icon. If you want the Texans to draft a quarterback, hit that thumbs up icon. Shifting gears to some rumors now. Could the Texans trade for Devin White, the Pro Bowl linebacker? Requested a trade yesterday from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he could very well be on the move. Adam Schefter reported this yesterday. Bucs Pro Bowl linebacker Devin White has, in fact, requested a trade, as Jenna Lane of ESPN reported. She is the Buccaneers reporter for ESPN. Bucs do not want to trade him, but he wants to be traded as he is coming up on his 5th-year option. So Devin White wants out. Maybe Houston will give Tampa Bay a call. Of course, the Texans just made a trade recently with the Bucs in that Shaq Mason deal. Taking a look at the numbers from this past year for Devin White, 124 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 16 QB hits, 2 forced fumbles. This is a franchise linebacker and a great leader on the football field as well. He's a great player, but also a great leader. He's been known for kind of having that leadership ability since his days to LSU, where he was the 5th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. He has 483 career tackles, 20.5 sacks in his first 4 seasons, has been one of the best linebackers in the NFL, Pro Bowl appearance in 2021. Now he has requested a trade out of Tampa Bay. He has 1 year left on his deal, and whatever team trades for him is probably going to have to give him a massive extension. I'm very intrigued by this possibility of trading for Devin White. It's not often that a player of his caliber at the linebacker position becomes available in a trade. And you've seen Nick Casserio be very aggressive this offseason, trading for Shaq Mason, signing Dalton Schultz, Devin Singletary. It's very possible that he could reach out about Devin White. Taking a look at the Texans linebacker depth chart, it can certainly get a lot better. You have Denzel Perryman. You added him in free agency. You have Christian Harris, Corey Littleton, but I believe this linebacker room can get a lot better. And as I just mentioned, Nick Casserio has been very aggressive this offseason, doing a good job of adding talent. And now that Devin White is potentially available in a trade, the Texans have all of these draft picks that they could potentially send to Tampa Bay in a deal. And I don't really think it'd be that much of a haul to get him. I mean, my goodness, Jalen Ramsey went for a 3rd-round pick. Devin White has 1 year left on his deal. I don't think you're going to have to give up a 1st-round pick to get him. You might not even have to give up a 2nd-round pick to get him. The Texans should absolutely try to improve that defense. Devin White would flourish under DeMeco Ryans. Do you want to trade for Devin White? Type T for trade or type P for pass down in the comment section. Go down and let me know. I will say this. What makes this trade even more appealing is Devin White is still very young. He's just 25 years old. So you could trade for him, give him this 4-year extension. When that extension is up, he's 30. So I would really, really like this idea of going after Devin White, trying to acquire him because he's young, because he's talented, he's durable. He's played in every single game for the Buccaneers the past 2 seasons. And I think the Texans have proven the last couple of weeks in free agency that this is a team that's tired of losing. This is a team that wants to start winning. How do you do that? Well, number 1, getting a quarterback, which they should do in the draft. Number 2, defense. And DeMeco Ryans, he's a defensive-minded coach. He obviously was an outstanding linebacker in Houston. What DeMeco goes and gets Devin White. Quite frankly, I think producer Coop would agree with me. Devin White, his playing style reminds me a lot of DeMeco, what DeMeco did back in the day. 2 fiery competitors, leaders, hard-hitting linebackers that will give you hell as an opposing offense. So I'm all in on bringing Devin White to Houston if that opportunity comes up.